Hello friends and welcome back. Today I want to share with you what is often called the first and most important rule of Stoicism. It is simple, direct, and life-changing. Control what you can. Let go of the rest. At first this sounds almost too obvious. Of course we know we can't control everything. But here's the problem. While we know this in theory, in practice most of us live as if we should control everything. We fight reality. We get angry at people. We get frustrated at events. We stress over outcomes, and little by little we exhaust ourselves on battles we cannot possibly win. The Stoics offer us a much saner path. They tell us that peace and strength come from recognizing the difference between what is up to us and what is not up to us. The Stoic distinction. 2,000 years ago, the Stoic philosopher Epictetus began his handbook with these famous lines. Some things are in our control and others are not. Things in our control are opinion, pursuit, desire, aversions, in short, whatever are our own actions. Things not in our control are body, property, reputation, command, in short, whatever are not our own actions. What does that mean for us today? Our thoughts, choices, and actions are ours. External events, other people's opinions, luck, outcomes, these are not. It is that simple. But it is also radical. Because if you accept this principle deeply, it changes everything about how you experience life. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote, "You have power over your mind and not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Think about that for a moment. Your power lies not in bending the world to your will, but in mastering your own response to it. Everyday struggles we all face. Let's make this more concrete, because Stoicism is not just philosophy, it's a practical guide for daily living. At work. Imagine you've worked hard on a project but your boss criticizes it. Your first reaction might be anger or defensiveness. But pause, can you control your boss's judgment? No. What you can control is the quality of your effort, how you respond to feedback, and whether you let the criticism destroy your peace. In relationships, maybe your partner or friend seems distant. You can't control their moods or choices. What you can control is your honesty, your patience, and how you show up in the relationship. You can choose kindness over bitterness. In traffic, you're late for an appointment and cars are backed up. Can you make the cars move faster? No. Can you control whether you scream at the steering wheel? Yes. You can either let stress dominate you, or you can breathe, accept the situation, and use the time productively. Maybe listen to an audiobook or reflect on your day. On social media, someone posts an unfair comment about you. You can't control what they wrote. You can control whether you waste your evening arguing with them, or whether you simply move on, saving your energy for what truly matters. In every case, the question is the same. Is this within my control or not? Why this rule works. Life bombards us with challenges, deadlines, rejections, delays, criticism, even tragedies. When we treat everything as if it were ours to command, we live in constant frustration. But when we focus only on what we can control, we reclaim our energy and sanity. The Stoics believe this mindset gives us two gifts. One, resilience, because we no longer collapse under the weight of things we cannot change. Two, freedom, because we stop being slaves to every passing event and emotion. As Epictetus said, freedom is secured not by the fulfilling of men's desires, but by the removal of desire. In other words, stop demanding that the world bend to your will and you will find peace. A small thought experiment. Take a moment right now. Think about something that's been stressing you lately. Maybe it's money. Maybe it's someone's opinion of you. Maybe it's an uncertain future. Now ask, how much of this is truly under my control? Often the answer is very little. But that little part is where your power lies. Maybe you can't control whether you get the promotion, but you can control how well you prepare, how hard you work, and whether you approach each day with discipline. Maybe you can't control if people like you, but you can control whether you act with integrity, whether you speak with honesty, whether you treat people with respect. The rest at the outcome is not yours. Let it go. Stories from history. Let's remember, these Stoics weren't speaking from theory alone. They lived in times far harsher than ours. Marcus Aurelius wrote his meditations while leading Rome through wars and plagues. He could not control the enemy's attack. He could not control the spread of disease. But he could control his courage, his fairness, and his sense of duty. That is why, centuries later, we still read his words. Epictetus was once a slave. He had no control over his body, his master, or his circumstances. But he discovered that even a slave has freedom, the freedom of the mind. He said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." If they could practice this rule in such extreme conditions, surely we can practice it in our daily frustrations. Modern applications. Let's talk about the world we live in today. Modern life is noisy, distracting, and full of pressure. The Stoic principle of control is more relevant than ever. In careers, you can't control the economy. You can't control sudden layoffs, but you can control your skill development, your effort, and your attitude. Those who practice this resilience often bounce back stronger. In health, you can't control whether you get sick every time, but you can control your lifestyle, your nutrition, your sleep, and whether you follow healthy habits. In news and politics, the media feeds us endless crises. Most of these events are beyond our personal control. Obsessing over them only breeds anxiety. What you can control is how much media you consume, how you contribute to your community, and how you treat the people around you. In personal growth, you cannot control how fast you improve or how others compare to you, but you can control whether you practice daily, whether you stay consistent, and whether you persevere. Practical exercises. Let's make this actionable. Here are a few practices you can try starting today. 1. The control question. Whenever you feel upset, ask, "Is this under my control?" If not, release it. If yes, take action. 2. The circle of control. Write down a problem you're facing. Draw 2 circles. Inside the first, list what you can control. In the second, list what you can't. Spend your energy only on the first. 3. The evening review. Before bed, reflect. Where did I waste energy on things outside my control today? Where did I focus well? Over time, you'll train your mind. 4. Digital Stoicism. Before reacting online, pause. Ask, does this deserve my energy? 9 out of 10 times the answer is no. These small practices build a Stoic mindset over time. Questions for you. Let me ask you, how much of your stress comes from things you cannot control? What would happen if for just 1 week, you only focused on what you could actually influence? How different would your mood, energy, and peace of mind be? Think about it. Because the answer to those questions is the difference between a life of frustration and a life of calm strength. Final thoughts. To live by this Stoic rule is not about passivity. It is not about doing nothing. On the contrary, it is about focusing your energy like a laser beam on the small but powerful things you can control. Your thoughts, your actions, your attitude, your effort. Everything else? Release it. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. So here's my challenge to you. Tomorrow morning, as soon as you wake up, ask yourself, what is within my control today? Write down 1 or 2 things, then commit to them. When the day ends, ask yourself again, did I focus on what I could control? Or did I waste my peace on what I could not? Practice this, and over weeks and months you will notice a change. More focus, more resilience, more peace. Closing. So remember, control your mind, control your actions, control your choices, and let everything else pass like clouds in the sky. That is the essence of Stoicism. That is the path to freedom. If you found value in this message, please like this video and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom and practical guidance. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.